Paranoia, I'm like, who the fuck at the door? Send my person go to sleep, know that I got in control. Listen, hard, we try to get this money to flow. And they been sleep, I'ma let them know. They done make me the lucky, but I turn it to a go. I put them on for my city, then they let them know. Get into the deal, and they already know. I been like this in my city, and they already know. I got my fuckers from the shit, and I already know. Bitch, get slapped, niggas get jacked. I'm grabbing the air, pulling it back. The bitty black, bitch, niggas is back. I'm on my ass, this shit ain't a joke. We in the game. Hey everybody, I got some messages. I got a couple story times. Murder on wax, yeah. I got a couple story times for today and a couple messages from God. I be all scattered. I'm gonna get more organized with this, but right now, I'm not organized. Me and Wu Tang, murder on wax, yeah. Pretty P. Okay, so let me see where I'm gonna start because I be snapping. Dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. Okay, so innovating how they teach to prepare students. I'm gonna just start here. I'm gonna just say this, y'all. So this is when my crazy ass life began to get crazy. Okay, we're gonna start with this story because this is the story that need to be told. Okay, so after I you know what I'm saying, I ended up getting a divorce or whatever, or left my husband after I ain't had a divorce, but I had left my husband. We were separated for a while. I met somebody else. I met this guy, and he was just like crazy as fuck. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I didn't see it until like after, but long story short, I met this guy. We was busting, making money moves, and it was weird to me because I didn't think we was doing nothing bad or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what was going on. I'm telling y'all, I'm a blind for real. So, but I'm like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Let me mute my TV. So I didn't know what the fuck was going on. And but he was like messaging me off a fake page. Like, we was doing everything off a fake page. And even when we got in person, he's talking in code and shit. Like, I didn't know it was him or something. Like, he started talking in code. So I just, you know what I'm saying, went along with it. Boom. So you know what I'm saying, I still got my money or whatever. And afterwards, I'm saying, we never even end up really being together. Like, we probably had sex a couple times, and that was it. And in my eyes, at the time, I was like serious. I was taking him serious, but he didn't take me serious. I don't know. He had something really going on in the background that he didn't tell me about. So when I was like basically ready for it to happen, it never fucking happened. So I'm just like, okay, well, I eventually just, let it go. So few months later, you know what I'm saying, that's when my life really fucking started getting crazy. So mind you, the way I met this guy, it was like God had sent me a message and told me, like, you gonna meet somebody, they're gonna be an Aquarius, and they're gonna be this and that. And like, God just told me everything, right? So and then I end up running into him. So I'm like, it just like blew my mind. So I'm thinking I'm supposed to be with this man. But you're not supposed to always be with your quote unquote twin flame because, yeah, you're not supposed to be with your twin flame. So I'm thinking I'm supposed to be with this man and shit. So I'm telling him everything about my life. So I'm like, yeah, I'm supposed to be a billionaire, da da da. Like, I was telling him too much shit, right? And in his mind, he not really, you know what I'm saying, finna be with me. Yeah, because he already had some going on. Like, he even had eventually told me, like, I'm not finna let my baby mama leave me. That's what he told me one day, finally. It's just like, look, this ain't gonna work because I can't, you know what I'm saying, let my baby mama move out my house. That's not gonna happen. I'm like, oh. So, I'm like, okay, well, then what the fuck am I here for? Like, am I a fucking piece of meat? So, you know what I'm saying? But I had already told this nigga too much about my life, you know what I'm saying? So he basically went about his life. You know what I'm saying? Took some of my business ideas. I wasn't tripping about it. I really wasn't tripping. He did it in a slick way. Like he got my peoples to give me them the information so he can get. He didn't even ask me for the information himself. So he got me for my business ideas. I wasn't tripping. I switched to a whole different career. You know what I'm saying? But it was just that's not what happened though. So what started to happen was I started to get followed. That's when I began to notice, you know what I'm saying, it was really some weird shit happening. So I was beginning to get followed, and like it got to a point where I just stopped one day in my car in the middle of the street, like to see if this motherfucker was really following me. I'm like, maybe I'm tripping, but it was the same car and the same nigga. So I just stopped in the middle of the street. The motherfucker stopped with me, and I'm saying traffic on. You know what I'm saying? He could have went around. He didn't go around. So I like pulled over and parked, and then the car pulled over and parked with me. So I'm like, okay, so this car clearly followed me. So I floored it, and I went to my ex-husband's house, and I just called him like, hey, is somebody following me? I'm finna park in the back of your mama house because I don't know what the fuck going on. And you know what I'm saying? At the time, I was homeless. So I'm like, I was sitting in my car. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just finna pull back here because as soon as I pull back here, it was like that car, the man was just acting retarded. Okay. I don't know. He was moving and acting like he was off some shit. And my husband came outside. He was my husband at the time, came outside. He was like, what the fuck going on? Who is you? You know what I'm saying? Dude just stayed there. He didn't give no fuck. Like he was finna get out the car or something. But eventually he pulled off. So boom. The next, like, this was day, yeah, the next day, guess what, God, thank you, God. The next day, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be sleeping in the back of this nigga house. I went to my group home. So I told my mama, like, look, ma, I'm scared. I'm scared to go home. You know what I'm saying? Could you come sleep with me at nighttime? So, boom. I had my mama end up following me to the group home because I didn't even feel safe. I just went straight to my mama's house from my ex-husband back at his house, went to my mama's house, had her follow me home that night. So I was at her house all day. When we was on our way home, I see this same car following me. So I'm like, how the fuck is this car following me if I just left my mama's house? Like, how long have this car been following me? So I pull up at home, and the motherfucker car pull up right behind us. But little did the car know that my mama was in the car in front of me. I was trailing her car to my house. So the car pulled up right on the side of my car. Like I pulled up at home, this car pulled up right on the side of my car, so I couldn't open my door or nothing. So it was just enough so I could open my door actually. So and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I get out the car and I just get screaming, Mama, Mama, this the car, this the man right here that's following me. I don't know what he want. Whatever. So I'm like, I don't know what he want. I don't know what he want. So she like, yeah, she get out the car and she had a guy with her and they just looking at the nigga like, what you doing? And then that's when the back door opened, but it wasn't the nigga in the front that was following me this whole time. It was the back door open and it was like somebody ducked down, like they wasn't even, you couldn't see them. Like all you seen was a arm. It was a light skinned arm. So the arm reached out and me, it's like when you got a nigga, I'm saying when somebody your nigga or somebody been your nigga before, it's like you recognize that nigga. You know every body part. You know that nigga finger, his pinky nail. You know how every goddamn piece look. So when that arm reached out, I'm like, I know this ain't this nigga trying to, what the fuck is he doing? So in my head, I'm like, it was a joke to me. I'm like, what the fuck is this nigga doing? So that's when I really start snapping. I'm like, what the fuck is y'all doing? And then the nigga in the front, he like, we live on this block. He looked at my mama and said that. I'm like, nigga, no, you don't. This is my group home right here. You don't live nowhere. I know everybody on this block. And he like, and he just looking stupid. But my mama, she was kind of looking suspicious. I ain't gonna lie. Now that I'm thinking about it, she never really said nothing. It was the guy that was with her said something. She was just looking at him the whole time. That's really suspect. I ain't gonna lie. So then, so I'm getting clarity of some shit myself. So then, the arm's still in the out. The back door still open. You still can't see who it is because he dug down, but the light skin arm's still out. And I know this nigga arm. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I knew this was this nigga. I knew it. I knew this nigga was stalking me or on some weird shit because he had been on a fake page, all that other shit. So I'm just like, okay. So he pulled over. They pulled over, and then the back door closed, and then he pulled off. After that, I seen that car a couple more times, but I don't know. The motherfucker, I lost it. I zoomed away, and then I ain't see it no more. And then they just start getting new people to follow me. They just get new motherfuckers to follow me. Then that's when my house was like fucking surrounded by people. Like, and I woke up in the middle of the night and my patio door was open, even though I had closed it. And you know what I'm saying? We was clearly able to open it, but I didn't lock it. So I woke up to a text that said from a fake page that I never messaged before that said wake up. And yeah, I woke up to a fake page that said wake up. And I woke up. It was 4 a.m. And I was sleeping in that house with all the lights on because that's how scared I was, how paranoid I was. I felt it's like I'm a seer, so I can feel. It's like I'm like an animal. I can feel when it's danger near, and I felt that shit too much in that house. Like my anxiety was high as hell. So I woke up at 4 a.m. to a text that said "Wake up" from a page from nobody I never knew. So I woke up and I just immediately jumped up and started looking through my house. And then when I walked in the house, I realized it was cold. And I woke up and my patio door open. And then the fake phone number called me like, they like, is your door open? I'm like, is my door open? Who is this? Like, who is this? I'm like, you just text me, wake up. He like, yeah, is your door open? I'm like, you know what? I start playing this game. I'm like, yeah, my door open. What's going on? So I slowly start to close it. That's when he like, so you should probably look through your house because you don't know if somebody in there. So then I start getting worried. I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm like, I don't know if I should hang up because this ain't finna be no scream movie. Hell no, I'm not hanging up. So I'm like, you're right. Maybe I should. So I started looking through the house and I realized I got my group home was a duplex. So I got the upstairs and the downstairs all to myself. Just me. I was there by myself. My kids were there too, but they were asleep. But it was just me in that big ass fucking 6-bedroom group home. And I'm like, I start thinking like, and then the basement don't got no light. So the basement ain't had no light in it. So I really start thinking, I'm like, no, I'm not finna check this house. I'm like, so I'm playing this game, walking around the house, and I look in the back and the window, and I see like somebody parked in the back of my house. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I didn't say that out loud, but I'm just realizing like, what? It's this nigga parked. So then I'm like, okay, you're right. I'm just finna call the police. And he like, oh no, don't do that. Don't call the police. He slowly started backing up. The car in my backyard started to back out and shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm just about to call the police because I can't check this house. This house big as hell. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I don't even know who you is. You just called me, said my doors. He was like, I don't even know you. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I was just on Facebook, saw you was online. I'm like, what is you talking about? So he started trying to make it seem like I was crazy. I'm like, nigga, I don't even know you. You just called me. It's 4 a.m. You just text me, wake up, and ask me, was my patio door open? And it is. And I'm like, so I ain't say nothing about him. I see you in my backyard. Of course, I'm not that stupid. So I'm like, okay, I just see them backing up. So then I go look in the front, and it's like 3 more cars pulling off. And I'm like, oh, so these motherfuckers at my house surrounded. Like, they was trying to come up in here. And is it somebody here? At this point, that's what I'm thinking. So I hurry up immediately, hung up, and called the police. When the police got there, even the police was scared. I'm talking about niggas coming in there shaking with guns, scared as a bitch. Like, they know. It's like the police even, they be knowing. They know what this shit, they know what these niggas doing. They know. The police know. They know everything that's going on. So they know the possibilities was endless. And they're walking in that motherfucker. I'm talking about they searched my house scared as fuck. I was just as scared as them. Shit, they had me flinching. I'm like, look, they got guns and shit. It's like 4 of them. They brought plenty of their ass. Usually they only come with 1 car. They just knew. That's how you know I only had to make 1 call. Look, I think somebody in my house. They was there in 30 seconds. I'm talking about so fast. They was there so fast. I ain't never seen police show up that fast. That's how you know. That's how I know all this shit is tied in or something. Like this shit gotta be tied in. They watch it too. Cause if these niggas got my phones tapped, you think the police can't do this shit? It ain't no way these regular ass people can tap my phone like this and the police can't do it. Everybody gotta be watching me. I don't believe shit. I don't believe nothing I see no more. None. So yeah. So then I had to finally eventually. That's when I really left that house because I was just like, fuck this house. You know what I'm saying? Boom. And God blessed me as soon as I said that. No bullshit. God blessed me as soon as I said that. And I got into a house like the next few days. I didn't even have to stay there that long. And I didn't